Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I just want to talk. So if you're here for World of Warcraft related stuff, you might want to move on. This video is just going to be an explanation, and I suppose a bit of a confession. I've been on the fence for a while about doing this because I'm sure that I'll get some nasty comments and some dislike in general, but honestly, I just need to get this over with. Alright, so I think it's time to talk about something that's been causing me a lot of problems over the last year or so, but particularly the last couple of weeks. This isn't something that I really want to talk about, but I've come to the conclusion that I probably should. So in December of last year, I went to hospital for an outpatient procedure, and a couple of months after that, I was diagnosed with IBS. I'm not going to go into detail about it here, for obvious reasons, but if you want to know more about it, just Google those 3 letters and be wary about doing so. Don't say I didn't warn you. But to make it simplistic, eating most types of food results in discomfort or pain. And high stress levels can be really, really bad for me. Stress means pain, pain means stress, which means more pain. Now, I know that there are hundreds of different conditions that I could have been diagnosed with, and there are much, much, much worse things out there, and that compared to any of them, this is easy to handle. But the thing that really ends up hurting me, all of the time, are my stress levels. This is something that sort of runs in my family. It's very easy to underestimate stress. It can be a literal killer at times, and I tend to get stressed out very easily, particularly about my work. I'll oftentimes talk to myself or my husband and think, okay, I need to relax. I need to take a step back and use the time that I have to myself to wind down, only to end up reading a comment or seeing a video or even thinking about my channel and getting worked up again. Stress tends to sneak up on me in that regard, only becoming noticeable when I have a meltdown. So you can probably guess what triggered this video. Over the weekend, I had a bit of a meltdown. So, stress is very bad for me. Very, very bad for me. And I tend to get stressed out very easily because my work is such a huge part of my life. I want so badly to do well, to be successful, but I've got no real definition of success to achieve. That's kind of what YouTube is like. In a field like this, it's possible to have successes, but being successful isn't really a thing, as far as I'm aware. After watching my parents' relationship tear itself apart, and never really focusing on something with so much determination as this channel before, well, it means a lot to me that the people I respect, the people I care about, look at what I do and think, yeah, he's good at that. He's done well for himself. He's earned it. And I care about that a lot. So much so that that thought has inspired me to work very hard since I started this channel. And I like to think that what successes I have had are a result of that hard work. Creating my bigger videos, like the class guides, can take weeks of work. And even a simple tea time episode takes anywhere between 3 to 5 hours of work to get into your hands. And I care. That's the problem. That's what really gets me. I care so much about this. When I get up in the morning, I'm thinking about scripts I need to write and footage I need to render. And when my husband gets home in the evening, I force myself to stop, but I don't stop mentally. I keep thinking about videos, how I'll put them together, what kind of impact they might have, and when I go to bed, I stay up early into the morning thinking about the kind of content I want to create, and about other channels and the videos they release, and how that affects what I do. If I could work every single day on this job without repercussions, I would, in a heartbeat. But the truth of the matter is that that's not possible anymore. My life, believe it or not, doesn't revolve around my YouTube channel. It's a means to an end, to help support the people that I love. They are what my life revolves around. That can be a bit hard to see sometimes, especially when I don't talk about them at all, but while YouTube might be a means that I care deeply for, something I'm so passionate about, I want to help people, I want to teach stuff, it is still a means to an end. That's something I tend to forget quite often. You can still do something you love and get stressed out about it. When it comes down to it, the reason I'm living in America, the reason I work so hard, is my husband. I want to make him proud, to help support him and his endeavors, to prove that I'm worthwhile, but I think I'm overdoing it, and for that I apologize. And I apologize because over the course of my channel's history, I've had a bit of a bad habit of promising more than I'm capable of. Several times I've said, okay, I'll do this show, or I'll do this, or I'll make sure I do this, and I promise, but I end up not doing it because I just can't. I overestimate what I can do. I'm just a single person, and I can only do so much, an amount that is further reduced by the stress reactions I get by doing too much. I have no excuse here, really. I think I can do more than I'm capable of, and then I overdo it, and then I have a meltdown. This is what has happened to me several times over the course of my channel's life, and I want to put an end to it. So, to the point of this video, I'm just going to start creating videos that I feel inspired to create, when I'm inspired to create them. No more schedules, no more shows, just content that I want to make, that I think you'll enjoy, and that will help you. Content like class guides, my user interface, guides mostly, to be honest. I love making guides, things like that. This might very well mean less growth on the channel. It may mean there are days, it will mean there are days when I don't release anything. It won't mean that I've given up, though. As long as the channel continues to grow, I think I have some room to change my approach so that the rest of my life doesn't suffer from this. The thing is, this makes me feel very guilty. Every time I read an email or a comment asking a question or saying, nice job, every time that I get sent a screenshot of the day, I feel bad. Because you guys are passionate about this, so am I. But I need to understand my own limits, and they've changed over the course of the last year or so. I want to keep doing this, but I can't. I need to make a change, and I've tried in the past to just kind of say, I'll just work a little bit less, or I'll get a different schedule, or all these different things. I just want to do it properly now. I want to get it done. It's not going to be pleasant, especially as someone who feels very guilty very easily. But on the plus side, I am streaming much more regularly, which is fairly stress-free since I'm doing stuff I would have already done, and you guys can come and hang out and say hello. So if you want to do that, my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Tusky, and generally I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting at around 9 o'clock in the evening for Monday and Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time, and starting at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time for Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll see how this approach goes, and where it takes the channel. Like I've said several times in the past, YouTube is about experimentation. But this time this is a bit more about making sure that I don't implode. I'm sorry if this disappoints you, but as I said, my YouTube channel isn't my life. And there are so many other things I want to focus on, from writing stories, to improving the lives of the people I live with, to being a better husband. And I only have so much time and energy. Some of that is going to have to be taken away from the channel. So if that bothers you, you can feel free to unsubscribe. If you hate it, you can let me know. That's just how it's going to be now. I've got to put myself first, and I don't like doing it, but that's how it's going to be. So thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck in the world of Warcraft.